Welcome to CBSE English Tutorial, a visual guide.
Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a school that is honestly useful everywhere, from school hallways to the professional world. We're talking about the art of writing a perfect notice. Okay, so let's set the scene. Imagine you're in charge of the biggest school event of the year, the annual singing competition. You've got to get the word out to everyone. So how do you do it? I mean, yelling it in the hallways isn't going to cut it, right? You need something official, something that everyone will see. And the answer? Well, it's a notice. It's a simple, kind of elegant and official way to get one single message out to a ton of people, making sure that everybody gets the exact same info. So, how do you actually write one of these things? You know, the best way to learn is to see how a great one is built. So let's do that. Let's break down the anatomy of a perfect notice, piece by piece.
Here it is. Take a good look. This right here, this is your blueprint. Every single key part is right here, and once you get the structure down, trust me, you can write a notice for absolutely anything.
First things first. Before anyone even reads what you have to say, they need to know, who is this from? It all starts by establishing who has the authority to issue the notice.
And you can see it right here, right at the very top, boom, the name of the organization, ABC Convent School. Instantly, you know who's talking. No guesswork involved.
Okay, so after you know who's talking, you need a few more key details to really set the scene and give the notice some context. And check this out. This part is so simple but so powerful. You've got the date it was issued, the word notice itself, always in big bold letters, that's a must, and then a really clear, straightforward title. Anyone walking by knows exactly what this is about in like a second. All right, we've set the stage. Now it's time for the main event, the part that has all the crucial info. This is the body of the notice.
This is where you deliver the goods. But notice, it's not some long, boring essay. It's a short, direct paragraph that tells you exactly what's going on, when and where it's happening, and who's supposed to be there. Every single word has a job to do.
Okay, your message is out there, it's clear, but it's not quite done. To give it that final stamp of approval and make it totally official, you need to sign off. You need the signatory. And this part is so important. A notice isn't just some anonymous piece of paper. It comes from a real person with a real title. So here you see the name, Ruhi or Rahul, and their role, head girl or boy. This makes it credible and tells people exactly who to find if they have questions. Awesome. So now you know all the building blocks, but how do you put them together perfectly every single time? Well, let's go over the golden rules, your simple formula for success. It really just boils down to these three core rules. 1. Always put it in a box. It just makes it look official and helps it stand out on a crowded board. 2. Keep it short. And 3. Make absolutely sure you answer the reader's most important questions. So, when we say brief, how brief are we talking about? Well, the magic number, the ideal target you should aim for, is around 50 words. It forces you to be super concise and get right to the point.
And what are those key questions your 50 words have to answer? It's this simple formula. What is the event? When is it? Where is it going to be? And why should they care? Or in other words, what do they need to do next? If your notice answers these 4, you've nailed it.
Okay, so you've totally got the school notice down pat. But here's the thing. This skill is useful pretty much everywhere. Let's take a quick look at a few examples of notices you'll see out there in the wild. Think about the corporate world. A quick, clear notice is the standard way to announce an important meeting. You know, the date, time, and agenda, so everyone is on the same page. Or how about in your own neighborhood? They're perfect for spreading the word about a local festival or a cool weekend workshop. You'll see them pinned up on community boards all the time.
And of course, there's the practical, everyday stuff. The classic lost and found notice. Yep, it uses this exact same format to help someone find their lost wallet, or maybe their keys.
And yeah, all the way up to the professional level.
You'll see them used to announce a new job opening and explain how to apply. So from the school hallway to the HR department, the basic format is pretty much universal.
All right, let's bring it all home. Here is your quick takeaway to make sure this skill sticks with you for good. And seriously, after all this, you've got this. If you remember nothing else, just remember these 3 words: clarity, brevity, authority. Make your message super clear, keep it short, and make sure everyone knows it's from a credible source. That's it. That's the recipe for a perfect notice. And there you have it. You are now officially equipped to write a great notice for any occasion. So the only question left is, what important message are you going to share first?
Hello, students. In this lesson, we are going to learn how to master formal notice writing. A notice is one of the most common formats used in schools, offices, and organizations to communicate important information. In this presentation, we will understand the purpose, structure, rules, and format of writing a perfect notice so that you can score full marks in exams. Let us begin. What is a notice? A notice is a form of formal communication designed to inform a large group of people about an important event or announcement. It is usually used to share information with a specific audience, such as students, teachers, staff members, or the public. Notices are commonly displayed on notice boards, school websites, or circulated within organizations so that everyone receives the message clearly. Importance of notices. Notices play an important role in managing academic and institutional life. For example, schools use notices to announce events, competitions, holidays, exam schedules, and important updates. A notice can also inform students about lost and found items, changes in school policies, or upcoming programs. In short, notices ensure that everyone receives important information quickly and clearly. Types of notices. Notices are also used in many organizational and public situations. For example, a circular notice distributes information to a large group within an organization. A meeting notice informs members about the date, time, venue, and agenda of a meeting. A job vacancy notice announces available positions and application procedures. A tender notice invites bids for projects or services. And a public notice communicates important information to the general public. 3 important rules of notice writing. To write an effective notice, 3 important constraints must be followed. First, the boundary box. Every notice must be written inside a box, which clearly separates it from other text. Second, the 50-word limit. The body of the notice must be short, precise, and around 50 words only. Third, the notice must answer 4 essential questions so that readers immediately understand the message. The physical format. The first visual feature of a notice is the box drawn around the content. This box is usually drawn with a pencil and contains all the elements of the notice. Another important rule is brevity. A notice is not an essay. It must communicate the message clearly and concisely, without unnecessary details. Precision is the key to effective notice writing. The 4 key questions. Every good notice answers 4 essential questions. What? What is the event or announcement? When? What is the date and time? Where? Where will the event take place? Why or instructions? What is the purpose and what should people do? If these 4 questions are clearly answered, the notice becomes complete and effective. Structure of a notice. A notice follows a clear and fixed structure. First, the name of the organization or institution appears at the top. Next comes the date. Below that, the word notice is written clearly in capital letters. Then comes the title or subject of the notice, followed by the body of the notice explaining the announcement. Finally, the notice ends with the name and designation of the issuing authority, such as the head boy, head girl, or secretary. Establishing authority. A notice must begin with the name of the institution, written clearly at the top. The date is written just below it, on the left side. The word notice should be written in capital letters so that readers immediately recognize the format. Below that, a short and precise title is written to indicate the subject of the notice. This structure helps maintain clarity and professionalism. Writing the body of the notice. The body of the notice must clearly include the 4 key elements. It should explain what the event or announcement is, when it will take place, where it will be conducted, and any instructions or purpose related to the event. Remember, the language should be formal, brief, and informative. Final reminder. Before finishing your notice, check 3 things carefully. First, ensure the notice is written inside a box. Second, keep the body within around 50 words. Third, make sure the notice clearly answers what, when, where, and why. Following these rules will help you write a perfect exam-ready notice. Conclusion. Now you know the complete structure and rules of formal notice writing. If you follow this format and keep your message clear and concise, you can easily score full marks in notice writing questions. Practice writing a few notices on different topics, and you will quickly master this important writing skill.
Thank you for watching. See you again in a bit.